Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and oh my god, thank you guys for 500 subs. It's only been almost a month since I reached 400, and we have reached 500 really fast. So thank you guys for the support, and I'll make sure to make more great videos. So for this 500 sub special, I'll be making a weird but interesting concept of what if UUB and GOKU were twins. Now, at first this may sound ridiculous, but when I put more mind into it, I can see it being possible. So, let's see. If this video reaches 30 likes, I will make this into a full series and post the next part. So guys, let's start this new scenario. Now, this story will not begin when Goku is born. We are going way back to the Supreme Kai's world, where all the Directional and the Grand Supreme Kai are just chilling, until one day, Bibbidi and Kid Buu attack the planet. This is unexpected for the Kais. They've heard about rumors about this new monster, but how did he came here? But they have no time to think about that, since Bibbidi commands Buu to attack. West Kai rushes in first and begins to fight against the monster, but his savage attacks and weird magic is pushing her back, and when she punches the Majin, some part of this thing sticks in her, which is absorbing her power, and even her strongest attack, the Sacred Light Bullet, has no effect against him. He just shrugs the attack off, and after some time, West can't keep up any longer, and she was killed by Buu. North Supreme Kai, enraged by her death, rushes in and slashes Buu in half with his sword, which catches the Majin off guard. North begins to celebrate, thinking that he did it, but he did not see Buu regenerating from it and fires a beam at point blank range, which caught him off guard and obliterates him. Now the only ones left is Shin, the Grand Supreme Kai, and the South Supreme Kai, and they're losing hope. This being is a true monster, being able to kill gods like it's nothing. Bibbidi laughs, saying that if he deals with these people, there will be no one in the universe that will stop him and his creation. But the Grand Supreme Kai has an idea, but it's drastic. To use the ancient technique that he used over 5 million years ago against the planet Eater Moro, but he knows that he's still not at the strength he was back then. So he decides to risk it all, using his own life energy to use it. The South tries to convince him not to do that technique because it's too risky, but he says there is no other way, and to keep it distracted. So he uses all his energy and fires the Kai Motoru technique at Kid Buu, who tries to dodge it, but South Kai uses his godly shockwave to keep the monster in place, and the attack lands, which seals off all of Buu's power. He falls to the ground, barely conscious, since all of his power has been drained. Shin and South Supreme Kai go to see how the Grand Supreme Kai is doing, but sadly, he has died, using all of his energy on the attack. Bibbidi is now extremely worried because somehow they have managed to sorta defeat Buu. He tries to use his own magic to restore Buu's energy, but Shin kills him before he can make any sudden moves. South comes in front of Kid Buu in disgust. This filthy creature killed all his brothers and sisters, and many plants. He does not deserve to live. He charges up a full power blast and fires it at point blank range, which completely disintegrates him. And now the threat of Majin Buu and Bibbidi has been defeated, but the only two Kais left is Shin and the South Supreme Kai. But they're confident that together they can still protect the universe. But unknown to the Kais, Bibbidi's son, Babidi, who is planning a revenge against the Kais. One day, King Yama is doing his ordinary job, deciding the souls where he go, until he sees a file and the soul of Kid Buu, and he can see how pure evil it is. But he has so much potential and could have done so much more for the universe if he was actually a good person. And King Yama has an idea. It would be a bad thing to see all this potential go to waste. So he decides to put him in the new soul scrubber, which will purify his soul, and maybe he can be reincarnated to someone who can actually help the universe instead of destroying it. But it will take some time, since purifying a soul is still a little bit new, and the soul scrubber is not the fastest, and to purify such an evil soul will take a very long time. But the Grand Supreme Kai, who kept his body, wants to help King Yama doing this plan because he also saw potential in Kid Buu. So he decides to put some of his essence in the soul of Kid Buu, which makes him a little bit more pure. But even with Grand Supreme Kai's help, it will still take a long time. And he was not wrong. It took over millions of years just to purify one soul. It just shows how evil Majin Buu really was. But it was worth it. And when he has been purified, King Yama reincarnates him. At Planet Vegeta, 2 new Saiyans have been born, and their names were Kakarot and UUB. The kids are Bardock and Guinea. But I don't think they would name UUB, so tell me what you think his Saiyan name would be in the comments. And while Kakarot's power level would be the same, UUB's power level would be kinda like Broly's. While it would be a low power level, sometimes briefly increases very drastically when they scan with their scouters, but they figure the scouter is just busted, so he's still put as a low class Saiyan. The father of these 2 kids, Bardock, is suspecting that Frieza may destroy the planet soon, so him and his wife, Guinea, decide to send his 2 sons to a backwater planet called Earth, where they should be safe, and if he's wrong, they can always get them later. But Bardock was right. Frieza is going to destroy the Saiyan race, and even with Bardock's best efforts, Frieza destroys Planet Vegeta. 2 pods arrive at Earth, and both crash at Mount Paozu, where an old man named Gohan finds the 2 pods, and inside of them were 2 babies, and it's weird. They look like humans, but they have a tail, and he can't just leave them here, so he decides to adopt them, and he names one Goku and the other Goten, but I'll keep calling him UUB so it will not be confusing. At first, the 2 kids were rowdy, violent, especially the spiky-haired kid. It seems like the other kid is a little bit more timid, but then one day, he accidentally drops them both, and they both hit their heads, which gave them both amnesia, but they survived and recovered, and when they were good, they actually became good-natured, and Rankable Gohan is just happy that they're okay, until one day, Goku at night needs to go to the bathroom, but he looks at the full moon and transforms into a great ape and goes on a rampage. At the forest, Grandpa Gohan goes to see what is going on and tells UUB to stay inside, which he does, but Grandpa Gohan never returns. He sometimes hears screaming and blasts, but he never did return, and it took all day, and when it was daytime, only Goku returns. UUB asks Goku where their grandpa is, but he says he doesn't know, and they both suspect that the monster of the forest has killed their grandpa. They both lament his death, but they continue on living, both sparring and eating, improving one another, until one day, a girl arrives at their home who is searching for the mystical Dragon Ball. And that's where we leave off this part of what if UUB and Goku were twins. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This scenario may sound ridiculous, but if you liked it, I'm glad, because I have a lot of cool plans for this scenario. So if this video reaches 30 likes, I will make the next part. Thank you guys again for 500 subs, and I'll see you in my next video.